the differences between natural aging and optimized health are dramatic. If we don't do anything, depending on the amount of sleep that you get, the amount of exercise, how you feed your body, the quality of the food, stay away from sugars, alcohol, nicotine, drugs, toxic compounds, we all age as hormone levels decline. And if you think about it, there's not many sick 20-year-olds. And our goal is to restore levels to where they were in your 20s and maintain them for an indefinite period of time. We know by doing things like telomere testing, DNA methylation testing, that we can very accurately determine pace of aging. And we want that to be less than 1-to-1. We want less than 1 year biologically for every chronologic year that you live. And after starting hormone therapy, particularly if we do something called GlycanAge testing, where we measure the amount of glycoproteins that you carry, they are very sensitive to improvement following bioidentical natural hormone replacement. And I've seen people's biologic ages cut 50%. And it's, very exciting, because why wouldn't we want to stick around? We worked hard for 20, 30, 40 years to be successful and business successful, family. Now those little kids that used to bug you are adults with their own kids. And it's fun to be together with those. I was with some of my grandkids this weekend, and we had a blast. Why wouldn't you want to be as vital and full of vitality and vigor with them? You really want to show up and you're tired and no, I think let's just stay here on the couch. They don't want to sit on the couch. They want to enjoy grandpa and grandma. So it's all about improving the quality of your life and the relationships that you have. That really is exciting to me. So one key factor that affects aging the most is inflammation. And if you aren't doing something to fight inflammation, then I guarantee that it's wreaking havoc on your body. As we start, my joints are a little stiff, or I'm sore, or I just don't feel like doing that. Or man, I worked out the other day. I just talked to one of my daughters that had been skiing a few days ago, and she was sore for 3 days. I'm like, there's a conversation we need to have. There's something we can do about that. But, it is very important. And inflammation, if you don't fight it, if you don't start with not eating inflammatory foods, getting gluten out of your life completely, and identifying through some simple food testing that we do, we screen for 175 different foods with what's called the Fit Gut Test. And it shows us exactly what's creating inflammation. It's really not an allergy, but it's what's creating inflammation in my body. What can I do about it? And then we know that hormone therapy is very anti-inflammatory. Testosterone is extremely anti-inflammatory. Having optimal levels suppresses cortisol. Cortisol is that negative stress hormone that when we're all stressed out, it's high. What does that do? That drives down your hormone levels even further if you aren't doing anything. So those are very important factors, and some of it's common sense, and others you just need to find somebody like me to work with so that you can identify what's going on in your life and change it. We can send the kits to people. And so actually the Fit Gut Test is something that's what's called a blood spot test. We send a little package, you fill in some information, you poke your finger and fill about a 50-cent piece, if anybody still remembers what that is, a 50-piece size on a little cardboard tab that then we let it dry for 24 hours, send it to the lab, and in about 3 weeks, we have an extremely comprehensive test results. And then we review that by telemedicine or in person. And that's an important part of the overall piece of anti-aging and longevity. Identifying everything that can be done for a person, correcting hormone levels, avoiding foods, that are inflammatory or that create severe amounts of inflammation. So if you're interested in fit gut testing, really all you have to do is reach out to us. Just click on the link below, send us an email, give us a phone call. We can take care of pretty much everything that we do remotely. Clearly, the EBO2 blood purification and high dose ozone treatment is something that we have to do here in the office, but it's easy to plan for. It takes about 90 minutes and the results are great. People feel pretty significant surge in energy levels after that. And it makes sense with all the stuff that we're removing from your system, from heavy metals to toxins and bioparticles. The results can be great.